Well, I will begin questioning, and then I'll go to the ranking member. In my opening statement, I talked about reliability issues and affordability issues as we see the face the future here. During the last 4 years, the EPA issued a number of rules, and numbers of rules, including the Clean Power Plan 2.0, which was intentionally designed to impose massive new costs on reliable coal-fired and natural gas plants in a deliberate effort to shut these plants down. Unsurprisingly, over the same period of time, the cost of energy skyrocketed 23% over the last 4 years. Now, our nation's electric reliability experts, the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, forecasts over half of the United States could face potential electrical shortages and blackouts in the next decade. This is a dire situation on the reliability. This demand is driven by our onshoring of our manufacturing and powering data centers and other things to win the artificial intelligence race. Congressman Zeldin, as you oversee and implement the EPA's statutory obligations to protect public health and the environment, will you also ensure that the agency takes into account the electric reliability and energy affordability impacts on businesses and American families that needed to keep their lights on and to heat their homes?
Yes, absolutely.
What is your vision for fulfilling the EPA's statutory mission, particularly in the context of getting the agency reoriented back to the basics of protecting communities from air, water, and chemical pollutions and cleaning up contaminated sites? What ideas do you have as moving forward?
Chairman, it's important that the EPA is honoring our obligations under the law, fulfilling the historic landmark laws that are on the books, like the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, the Safe Drinking Water Act. It's important that the EPA is accountable and transparent to all of you here on this committee. It's important that we are working closely in collaboration with career staff at the EPA and working closely with other agencies where there's overlapping jurisdiction to make sure that we are following our new obligations under the law as Congress enacts new laws moving forward, to make sure that we are abiding by the Administrative Procedures Act, that I, as administrator, I'm not prejudging outcomes, that I'm making sure that our actions are durable, that they are able to withstand scrutiny, and at the end of the day, I'm able to sit before you at further hearings and to be able to account for my actions as administrator and our actions as an agency. I look forward to working with all of you in order to make sure that Congress's intent is filled, that we also honor the Loper-Bright decision that was just issued by the Supreme Court to make sure that it is, in fact, Congress's intent that is being implemented, and it's not us as an agency filling in any gaps however we might see fit. It requires a close collaboration, not just internally within the agency, but with each and every one of you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And I should have welcomed your wife, Diana, and Michaela, and your mother, Meryl. And we miss Ariana, but I hope she's watching it from afar. I want to talk about PFAS. West Virginians have had firsthand experience with PFAS contamination and pollution. Everybody does, but we've had a little more. I think we had a little bit earlier, discovered earlier. And I want to continue. We tried last session to get some leading legislative efforts to try to protect essential service providers and American taxpayers from costly litigation and liability. It's a very complicated issue, as you know, but it speaks to one of the core missions of the EPA, which is safe drinking water and clean water. I understand that your New York district has actually experienced the negative effects of PFAS pollution. If confirmed, how do you plan to address the growing challenge of PFAS pollution through the EPA's existing authorities?
Chairman, when I was in the House, I was a member of the PFAS Task Force, also voted for the PFAS Action Act. EPA has an important responsibility to make sure that our obligations are implemented correctly. That is something that through our enforcement and compliance, we have to ensure that we are moving the needle all across this entire country. There are cleanup projects, large and small, across America where many Americans have been waiting decades, generations for that leadership and that action. So working with all of you to deal with these issues in your home state is something that will be top priority of mine.
Thank you.